A hearty welcome to one and all. I am Rohini Batwal from Gokhale Education Society's JDC Bitco English Medium High School with 8th standard science subject, and my topic is ecosystem. Students, in the previous chapter we have seen man-made materials. Now in this chapter we will see what is the ecosystem. Can you recall, students? Which factors do you found in your surrounding? Second, are these factors directly or indirectly related to you? See, students, the world around us is made up of living and non-living factors. Living are called biotic factors, while non-living are called abiotic factors. There is a continuous interaction between these living and non-living factors. Living organisms and their habitat environment are correlated with each other. The structure which is formed due to this reciprocal relationship is called an ecosystem. Biotic and abiotic factors and their interactions form an ecosystems. Let us see the components of ecosystem. See, students, structure of an ecosystem. Living organisms need different types of abiotic factors and they have different capacities to adapt those abiotic factors. Some microbes need oxygen while others don't. Some plants need more sunlight while others go well in shade. Each and every abiotic factor, that is air, water, soil, sunlight, temperature, humidity, affects the biotic factors in the ecosystem. The abiotic factors in an ecosystem decide which biotic factor will survive in it and what will be their number. The proportion of abiotic factor in an ecosystem is always changing as biotic factors use or excrete abiotic factors. Every biotic factors affecting abiotic factors as well as other biotic factors around it. Every living organisms in an ecosystem plays a particular role while living, moving in that ecosystem. The position of any living organisms in context to other living organisms and the role it is playing is called niche. A sunflower plant in a garden evolves oxygen in the air and provides food and shelter for insects like ants, honeybees, etc. Most of the ecosystems are complex and there is a tremendous quantitative and qualitative variety of species in them. In ecosystems of tropical countries like India, few species of living organisms are found everywhere in a large number. Remaining species of plants and animals are found in small number. Some species are very few in number. Variety of ecosystems is found on Earth. Each place has a different ecosystem. For example, forest, pond, ocean, river, etc. Types of ecosystems are formed according to size, place, climate, types of plants and animals. Many types of ecosystems are found in biosphere. Their specific functions continue according to the environment. Through this, ecosystems look independent and different. They are linked to each other directly or indirectly. Therefore, we cannot separate these small ecosystems from each other, but can classify them according to their functions. In some region on Earth, a large area has same climate and abiotic factor. The living organisms in those areas are called similar. So, a specific ecosystem develops in a vast area. Such large ecosystems are called biomes. These biomes contains many small ecosystems. Earth itself is a vast ecosystem. Two types of biomes are found on the Earth. The first is land biomes and the second one is aquatic biomes. Let us see the first, land biomes. The biomes which exist only on land are called land biomes. Due to unequal distribution of abiotic factors, different types of ecosystems exist. For example, grassland, green forest, deserts, iceland ecosystems, ecosystem in taiga, tropical forests, etc. Let us see the first, green grassland ecosystem. Grassland develops where rainfall is not enough to grow big trees. Vast growth of grass is found in these ecosystems. Longer summer and limited rain develop dwarf plants in these areas. Animals like goat, sheep, giraffe, zebra, elephant, deer, cheetah, tiger, lion, etc. are found in this ecosystem. Similarly, various birds, insects, microbes are also present. Let us see the B, evergreen forest. It's a natural ecosystem.
Let us see
where variety of plants, animal and aquatic factors. 71% of the earth's surface is covered by water and only 29% has land on it. Therefore, study of aquatic biomes becomes very important. According to area, aquatic biomes are widespread. Types of aquatic ecosystems are freshwater ecosystems, marine ecosystem and creek ecosystem. Let us see the first, freshwater ecosystem. Ponds, lakes and rivers are in. The transition of energy in these ecosystems is through water, currents and river. Decomposers are at the bottom of water reservoirs. The decomposed dead bodies of plants and animals convert into abiotic factors. Let us see the B, marine ecosystem. Marine plants grow in these ecosystems. Shallow water contains small fishes, prawns feeding on algae. The central part of a sea has less number of aquatic living organisms. Large fishes are secondary consumers. Ocean has a large amount of nutrients. The bottom of oceans has more number of decomposers. Dead bodies of plants and animal waste materials are decomposed by bacteria. Let us move towards diminishment of ecosystem due to human interference. Many human activities have side effects on functions of ecosystems and cause their diminishment. Example, mining and excessive cutting of trees changes the use of land, so interactions between biotic and abiotic factors are also affected. Different human activities have different effects on ecosystems. They can be transformation of an ecosystem from one to another or extinctions of a species. Let us see human activities are responsible for diminishment of ecosystem, in that increasing use of resource due to increased population. Humans are the consumers in an ecosystem. Ecosystem can provide basic needs in normal conditions, but due to increased population, man kept on snatching natural resources on large scale. Changing lifestyle demands more than necessary. That has increased stress on the ecosystem and has generated vast amount of waste. Let us see urbanization. Due to continuous process of urbanization, more and more agricultural lands, marshlands, wetlands, forests and grasslands are being destroyed for buildings and the other basic facilities around. As a result of this human interference, ecosystems either change or get completely destroyed. Next is industrialization and traffic. Raw materials required for industrialization are obtained by destroying forest. This results in destruction of forest. To provide the amenities for increased traffic, many times roads and railways are built through forest and wetlands. Next is tourism. People visit scenes places mainly for nature watch, entertainment and visit to sick places. A lot of amenities are created for these tourists. This causes destruction of local ecosystem due to increased stress. And the last is large dams. Dams over vast lands, so the forest or grassland in that area get converted into aquatic ecosystem. Dams also lessen the water current in lower area. Therefore, the previous ecosystem in that running water get destroyed. And the last is wars. Differences and competition over land, water, mineral resources or some economic and political reason lead to war among human races. Having bombing and mine explosions are done in wars. These are not only life threatening but also change or destroy natural ecosystem. Thus, natural disaster, that is earthquake, volcano, floods, droughts and human interference result in changes, that is destruction of ecosystem. Natural ecosystems must be protected as they maintain balance in the atmosphere. Students, here we have finished this lesson. Go through the exercise, complete your notebooks, and we will meet again in the next chapter. So take care students. Bye.